It's the 91st episode of the Elite Cosplay Podcast. I'm Holly.
And I'm Kevin.
Oh boy. The podcast is 2 days late.
And
I apologize.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, most of you probably do because I've been talking about it. We moved on Thursday. Today is Sunday that we're recording this.
Yes.
I'm going to upload this immediately after we're done recording. But yeah, we moved. We bought a house, and we moved from a apartment to a house, which is only a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But
I would almost say, yeah, it doesn't matter, but yes.
And we moved for 8 hours straight on Thursday.
10 hours.
10
on
hours.
Thursday.
And we're still kind of not done.
No, we basically are still unpacked. We're living out of a box fort, as you said yesterday, basically.
Yeah, and we also have, photo shoots going on.
We
Like
had
a photo shoot yesterday. We have one tomorrow. We have 3 this coming weekend. So we're just like, it's just all coming to a head right now. And I was hoping, like I made a post, that we would be able to record the podcast on, or get it done on Friday, which is our normal podcasty day.
Yes.
Obviously, we weren't going to record on Thursday because that took 10 hours. So we were way too tired. We basically fell on the bed and immediately fell asleep. And then on Thursday, we were trying to get everything done that you do.
You mean on Friday?
Oh, sorry, on Friday. Moving, getting stuff done, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Just check something.
So, what'd you do?
Nothing. Just making sure that it's actually recording.
Yes. It is.
Sorry, we're using a different setup right now, too.
Yeah. So, I just kept hoping we could record, and then our days have just been freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been yeah, I mean, we've been up basically for 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Unpacking, rearranging, a never-ending pile of laundry. So for those who don't know, if you live in a place for 5 years almost?
5 years. You accumulate a lot of crap.
Yes.
And
slowly.
You don't notice
yeah,
it.
because it's so slow.
Yeah,
you're like, I'll just buy this shirt. And then, I'll buy these pants. But you don't throw anything away,
or
then...
I'll buy this cool storage unit that will hold all these things that I need to hold.
Yeah.
And then you move it, and you're like, why did I buy this?
Yeah, I don't wear anything that's in this. Yeah, so...
Kevin and I have donated so much stuff in the past 3 days.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It's been like a never-ending pile of laundry.
Yep.
So for those of you who have been living for a place for
clothes.
1 to 2 years, yeah, I'd say dump all your drawers out and throw away what you haven't worn in the past year, because holy crap, I can't believe I have some of the stuff that I had. So.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Anyway, enough bitching and moaning from us. Let's talk about
the podcast is going to be short today, everybody. I apologize.
And that's why we filled it in with our story.
Yes, this week, as we just told you, has been a little insane, so I haven't been on the internet very much, only in little bursts.
Well, we can talk about. I don't think we talked about the Summer Games cosplay stuff, did we? Oh, we did. No, never mind.
I don't think we did. From
Overwatch. Yeah.
I'll sum it up. Mercy skin is best skin because it's the prettiest. Okay.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. It's really cool.
It's Grecian themed.
Yes.
And I love it. And all it made me do. So the summer theme has a lot of obviously summer stuff. So it's bikini, barbecue, stuff like that. And Mercy, the only character that I liked out of that whole group, out of this release, got a Grecian,
it was really cool,
type
very cool
one,
outfit.
and all it made me want was a Greek gods skin release for all the characters, because it would be really cool. But they won't do that now because they did that for the summer skin, so we're stuck.
Yeah.
Again, I only have a couple things. I guess I'll start. Maybe I should start with the not so fun one.
Ooh.
And then end with
Okay.
I'm not going to get too into this one because it can start a rabbit hole.
Okay.
Basically, as we all know, the Charlottesville marches of last weekend. That was last weekend, right?
Yes.
I'm sure everybody knows about it, so I'm not going to try to explain it. Very, very bad things happened there. And a girl commented on I think a news post or someone talking about it, about that she was there being attacked, and someone confronted her, and she admitted that she was at Charlotte's. Well, she said she's a cosplayer, by the way.
Okay.
A very popular cosplayer, I guess. Her name's okay. I'm gonna call her Alyssa, but it could be Alyssa. So I'm sorry. It's either Alyssa Norris or Alyssa Norris. I have never heard of her, but she is pretty popular. So she said, yes, it's true. I was in Charlottesville. I was not at the march or torch rally thing, but I was there when the event was shut down the next day.
So she went the next day.
I saw the violence and mayhem, and it was completely terrible. Blah, blah, just going on. And someone in an article called her out on it. She's basically saying, I was kind of there, but I was just watching it, is what she was admitting to. And someone called her out and was like, they have video of her holding her boyfriend's hand, who is screaming racist things and chanting with the marchers, and has like a shield that they had painted, and she's with him, kind of supporting him. And people are like, no, you were there supporting the racist agenda.
Okay.
And a lot of people were, obviously are disappointed by that.
Yeah.
Especially, the cosplay community, even though it's grown so much in the past couple years, it's still a pretty small community, I'd say. The people that actually participate in it, not just the fans of it. And I'd like to think a lot of people are accepting in cosplay. I think a lot. It can be a toxic community, but it also can be a very
but it tends to be a more open-minded community.
Yes, exactly.
Very accepting, like you were saying.
Yeah, and to maybe find out someone you like or possibly admire was at this rally is probably obscenely disappointing.
Right.
She has a website where she charges a monthly fee for something. Again, I've never heard of this girl.
A monthly fee for something. Yeah, okay. I think we get what's happening.
I don't know. She has a membership thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
So when the news came out the other day about her being at the rally and actually semi-participating with her boyfriend or husband, actually, I don't know, her webmaster shut down her site.
Okay.
And put this notice. It says, this site is now closed. All current members will be refunded over the next week. I have worked as the webmaster here for well over a decade and known Alyssa, I really don't know, for far longer than that. I've always found her
How do you spell that?
Alisa. Probably Alyssa.
Okay.
I know Alyssa is like Alyssa. I don't know. I've known Alyssa for far longer than that. I've always found her to be an upstanding and tolerant person in all my dealings with her, but I can just not condone participation in that march. The whole thing is baffling, as if it was orchestrated, but it was still a choice. A choice to go there, and then a choice to stay there and march. So I'm making the choice to quit and denounce it. We are all responsible for our own choices in life. I support everyone's right to free speech, but to practice free speech means you must accept the consequences of that speech. Spreading hateful rhetoric or supporting those who spout its poison only serves to move people in the wrong direction. Do not accept racism or anti-Semitism of any kind, nor identity politics, nor fascist or communists either. We do not have to make choices between any of these systems of control. Wake up, everyone, and stop being pawns.
Stay woke.
And that's outside of cosplay. That's been happening to other groups as well.
Yeah.
People are shutting down. So she's deleted a lot of her Facebook stuff now because of all that. But she was pretending for a while to not, because she was getting a lot of hate, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So she was saying that she wasn't a part of it, and then when the video came out, they were like,
"There's
You're
no
right there."
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's disappointing to
especially
see that
with the diversity that's in cosplay as well. Like everybody
does it, So it's weird to know. I don't know that someone's
now. What
there.
were they protesting again? Were they protesting the removal of a statue? Is that what it was, or were they just getting together to hate on people?
I thought it was
forgot.
just the march. It was a Nazi march, wasn't it?
Well, yes, but
we were in
yes,
California. We were busy.
Yeah, we were doing a
we
photo
were
shoot.
out all day, and I remember coming home and being like, "What the
Yeah.
hoo-ha happened today?"
Yeah.
So I thought I would just talk about that. I mean, obviously, Kevin and I don't have much to say other than it's disgusting, and we're sad that someone in the community would even be like that.
Right. Yeah. And like the guy said, everybody has the right to say what they want, but who's going to be on the right side of history is this discussion.
You have to take the consequences,
Right.
and she's taking them now.
Yeah. I've got a couple things you want to talk about.
Okay.
So if you'd like to support Elite Cosplay, us, and you'd like to hear this podcast a couple days in advance before it's released to the general public, along with monthly monthly giveaways, monthly packages. Rewards. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Go to patreon.com/Elite Cosplay. That's Elite Cosplay as one word.
Yes.
And yes, go ahead.
Our first goal is if we reach our goal, our photo shoot prices will go down. So it helps you and other people. So
yes.
Something I really would like to get to.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. And you can also support us directly by going to elitecosplay.com/shop and purchase our shirts and actions.
Mm-hmm. There's a new action up on there. It's called Little Witch.
Oh, very nice. And then that action is also available to the
Goob Masters on Patreon.
So if you'd like to get a free action a month, go to patreon.com/elitecosplay, or you can purchase it directly from us at elitecosplay.com/shop. For me, I had something to talk about, and this is a little bit dated, and we haven't actually talked about it yet. But on July 21st, there was a Motley Fool podcast called Netflix and the Business of Comic-Con. And we talked about it together, and we didn't actually film a podcast about it, so I didn't actually bring it up. And I just remembered it because I've been listening to podcasts as we unpack the move. And this podcast, it talked about San Diego Comic-Con, which is probably the largest in the U.S., right? Would you say that?
I think
pretty high up there.
I think it is, yeah.
And how this investor did like a Shark Tank event there where, different cosplayers or people in the kind of Comic-Con.
It was called something. It was called like Pop Culture Shark Tank or something like that. I think was the title of the panel.
He sat on a panel with like two other people and let people pitch ideas to them for investments. So, if this is, I don't know, this is an interesting thing. It means to me, like, since it's hit a mainstream investor podcast, right? This is something that I assume mid-tier, like just average daily people would listen to, right? I mean, it's become very mainstream, and it's an interesting podcast. I highly suggest people kind of take a listen to it. It's towards the end of the podcast, so if you're not interested in Netflix and what they're doing,
say the title of the podcast.
The title is Netflix and the Business of Comic-Con.
And this is the Motley Fool podcast.
Motley Fool Money podcast. Yeah.
Yes, you can skip. Kevin sent it to me, and so he told me to just skip to a certain number, and I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. It's a 40-minute podcast, but it's towards the end. So
I think it's like the last 20 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. It's a guy who's been
a regular investor
in the interest of Comic-Con for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's got some money, and he likes to invest in I would quote nerdy ideas, I guess.
Sure.
And the thing that makes me kind of annoyed is they haven't, or when I looked last, which was a couple weeks ago, they didn't talk about the winner.
Right.
So like it's not like Shark Tank where you watch it and then you see who wins and then you can look up their product. So I was like, I want to know who won. Like what idea, in terms of cosplay or comics. It was all over the place. It was like a generic
Shark Tank event.
Shark Tank or nerdy Shark Tank, basic pop culture. But I was like, I want to see people's ideas. Like which one won? Which one made him go, I would like to give you money.
Yeah.
But if you listen to it, you can follow. We should look up this guy's name. So people can. I'll put a link in
there you go.
the YouTube video. But
his name is Rob Salkowitz.
Jesus.
ROB space, and his last name is Salkowitz. SALKOWITZ.
And he's on Twitter. And he talks about that
Yeah.
every once in a while.
It's
So
a cool idea.
it is a cool idea. I think it's super cool.
And it's showing that investors are looking at this community for like the
Absolutely.
future. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's
If you have a business idea, tweet them.
Yeah, if you have a business idea that maybe you think
If I had money,
could
I would hold the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, it was wasn't when Kevin sent it to me, I wasn't expecting it to be as cool as it was.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Because you hate everything I send you, so I'm glad you enjoyed this one.
I just like making you mad.
Oh, I see.
Okay, something a little more lighthearted, kind of. Not really. I mean, but everything worked out, I guess, in the end.
Sure.
Otakon was last weekend-ish time.
While we were in San Francisco?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was held at the new area because the Baltimore one is getting remodeled. So it was in Washington, D.C. this time. And there was a little story about these two people in the artist alley. They were sharing a booth, and one girl was taking a walk somewhere in the artist alley and noticed there was some leaking happening.
Okay.
And so she informed the people, and they were like, okay. And then she was like walking back to her table, and she slipped on the water and hit her head on the hard ground because there was like, I guess, kind of a lot of water, and it was like gross water, like black water and stuff like that. And she had that, I think, from what I can gather, I mean, like, she didn't straight up say it on her Twitter, and her friend was talking about this too that showed the table. I think she had a concussion because she was confused for a while, and they had to call an EMT, and she doesn't remember really what happened.
That's a concussion right there.
Oh yeah, it says the EMT was talking her through concussion procedures.
Sure.
But and also because the water got so bad, they lost a bit of their merchandise. Sure. But they were very nice about it, and they were like, hey guys, don't blame the con, you know, it's the con center, it's not, because people will automatically go to like Otakon and be like, oh my god, why didn't you? So like they had to be like, it's not, you know.
Well, it's like when I got angry at Anime Expo. I mean, technically the security was hired. I don't know who it was, but
it was the con center. I think that from what you and I heard for Anime Expo, the security situation was the con center freaking out, not Anime Expo. Yeah, from what we know. Sure. But yeah, some people were starting to get mad at Otakon, and they had to be like, no. It was not them, you know, obviously. But that's kind of scary.
It is.
And, like, I mean,
that could happen to anybody anywhere.
It could. But it sucks that they said they only lost, like, $100 worth of merchandise. Okay. But it still sucks. And then you get a concussion.
Which is, like, $5,000.
What?
They take you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't know if she went to the hospital.
Usually they...
No.
Well, there's a concussion protocol, and they make you... like, stay awake for 24 hours and stuff like that.
The water was run off from the streets.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, but not sewage.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming because she fell at the convention center, they probably covered her medical bills.
Yeah, because then she could
sue.
Could sue.
Well, I mean, she should probably sue if they did. But
she should sue for...
I'm not a lawyer.
For
but
loss of money on her table.
Yeah. And if you're not in America, you have to sue for everything. That's the thing with in America is no matter what it is, you have to sue to get them, just to get like fair compensation.
Oh, is it kind of like a procedure almost?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Well, we'll sue happy over here sometimes.
Yeah, that's what it is though.
Yeah.
That's why everything you have to insure everything. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting too cynical about the United States right now, but
I don't know. I've just never. I just wanted to talk about that briefly because I've never heard of
an accident.
I mean, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, we see
stuff
people
has happened.
Faint all
people
the time.
faint at Anime Expo every year.
Every year.
Every year. Drink water.
Yeah.
Dear God.
If your urine is dark yellow, it shouldn't be. Drink water. No, that's what it is. People just have dehydration and then they faint. Like, drink water.
Put the Mountain Dew down.
Yes, drink water.
No, I know.
And if you need soda, drink seltzer water. It's like a little cheaper. It's better for you, and it has the fizzies.
The water fountains in the convention center are free.
Yes, that too. But if you need the fizzies.
Well, I'm just saying water in general.
Sure.
Open tap. put head on sink,
Yes.
drink water.
Chug. Chug. A gallon a day.
What?
A
Really?
gallon a day.
Is that what?
That's
8
what they
glasses
recommend.
is?
Yeah. 8
Wow.
8 times 8, 64. 60. Oh, that's a half a gallon actually then. 16 if you drink 16-ounce glass. That's a gallon. So, drink a gallon of water a day. Just kind of sip it throughout the day, and you'll be healthy.
Especially in in the
heat. Yes,
You
definitely.
lose it.
More in the heat.
I just want. We're like old people.
I know.
Drink water, eat food. Come on, kids. That's what I say all the time to people.
I know.
I'm like, you better be eating. And then if someone's like, I didn't eat all day, I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got, man.
If you need more old people ranting, tune into next week's podcast.
We'll be on time next week. I apologize profusely.
Yes.
I thought I could handle it.
Nope.
Could not.
Nope. Moving definitely took a lot of energy out of us.
But we won't be moving
Yes.
for a long
Hopefully,
time.
yes.
So
We will have photo shoots next week too. So.
yes, but not during the podcast. So
Right.
Right
after
will
it.
not it will not hinder the podcast really.
Yes.
So I apologize for everybody for this week. Like Kevin said earlier, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/elitecosplay and get some super cool rewards. Or if you'd like to support us directly, you can go to elitecosplay.com/shop. I want to say thank you to Allison, Bethany, and Monica for the support on Patreon. You are on the tiers where you get a shout out. Wink. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.